What the hell was that? Okay, fun game. Very fun game. Canucks played Anaheim on Wednesday night. It was their first game since a pretty bad one against Calgary. And they had to face a very tough Anaheim team. The biggest surprise in the NHL so far, I'd say. And the Ducks are high flyers, which isn't a pun, but that was kind of really funny. They're fast. A lot of them are young, but they do have the veterans who can back up the young guys. So it was going to be a tough game. Kevin Lankinen stayed in Vancouver for personal reasons, which meant Nikita Tolopilo made the road trip with the team and got the start against Anaheim. Archie Bains slotted back into the lineup in place of Mackenzie McEachern, who was sent back down to Abbotsford. Bains rejoins the Abbotsford line, and it worked, because just 10 minutes through the game, he got the puck back to Marcus Pettersson, who fired it towards the net. Max Sasson tipped it past the net, but it went around right to the stick of Linus Karlsson, who had a lot of the net to shoot at, and Linus Karlsson has been on one, so he's not going to miss that. The Canucks got a power play just a little bit after that, and when the second unit came out, Tom Willander got the puck to Evander Kane, who decided to try a shot from in between the face-off dot and the blue line, which somehow made it past Peter Mrazek. There were some good screens in front, I don't think Mrazek ever picked it up, and a good shot by Kane made it 2-0. Anaheim was really pressing, though, and Nikita Tolopilo was standing tall. He just could not have the answer for everything. Anaheim had a power play late in the first, which carried over into the second, and just 9 seconds through the second period, Jackson Lacombe found himself alone at the right face-off circle and shot one past Tolopilo to make it 2-1. The Canucks did have the answer, though. Connor Garland picked up a puck at center ice and gave it to Brock Besser, who tried to cut in but didn't quite have the speed to get around the Ducks defender, so he stopped up, found Garland, who had one man to beat, and oh boy, did he ever beat him. Wow. Just beautiful dangles from Connor Garland, got around the defender, and then got around Peter Mrazek, and at that point the hard part was done, and he did the easy part, which was put it into the gaping cage to restore the 2-goal lead. The 2-goal lead that did not last very long. At the tail end of another Ducks power play, Leo Carlsson shot the puck on net from the slot, and Tolopilo made the save. Then the rebound bounced out. Troy Terry was there, so Tolopilo slid quite far out of the crease, did stop Troy Terry, but unfortunately the puck went right back to Leo Carlsson, who then had an open net to shoot at, and he's not going to miss ever. And then 2 minutes after that, McTavish broke out of the neutral zone with Beckett Seneca on a 2-on-1. He gave the puck to Seneca, then booked it for the front of the net, where Seneca found him for a tap-in to tie the game. I was losing my mind at this point. How do they keep doing stuff like this? It really did not look great. I didn't have my hopes very high for this game at this point because the Ducks were outplaying the Canucks for sure. So many more shots on goal, so much more speed, so much more skill. 15 minutes through the third, though, we found ourselves still at 3-3. Tolopilo was standing tall. The game kind of slowed down a little bit, enough to the point where the Canucks were at least comfortable. Phil Pronik also had a wide open net at one point, which he just decided to not shoot at. He had the puck, he had an open net, and he froze. I want to point that out because that was funny. He did make up for it, though, because with 4 minutes left to play in the third, he got the pass from Quinn Hughes at the blue line, wristed it towards the net looking for a tip, and he got a tip from Max Sasson. Got past Mrazek, so Sasson's goal to make it 4-3. And 2 minutes later, the Ducks pulled their goalie, brought out the extra attacker. Elias Pettersson made a great play at the blue line to force the puck out of the zone and to the stick of Drew O'Connor, who fired it home from center ice. And he made it 5-3, which most of the time that is called icing it, but when it comes to the Canucks, you're still a little bit scared, and Cutter Gauthier did score with 6 seconds left in the game to make it 5-4. In 6 seconds, I mean, could happen. It could happen. So I'm basically on the floor, eyes glued to the screen, ready to start crying. But the Canucks finished it off, and they won 5-4. Their second win in the past 8 games, which isn't a fun stat, but they defeated Anaheim, a good team, got 2 points out of it, and it was a fun game to watch, honestly. I mean, it was a little stressful. They kept blowing a lead, but it was fun to watch. It was end-to-end. So first off, of course, Nikita Tolopilo is our first star. I don't care that Max Sasson is listed as our top star of the game with a goal and an assist. It was Nikita Tolopilo. Tolopilo saved 37 of the 41 shots he faced in just the third start of his career and his first start of the season in the NHL this year. His goal saved above expected was a plus 1.6, which is very solid. You definitely take that. And it was a solid effort from this young goaltender who has spent the year so far in Abbotsford, which is a struggling team this season. I had a lot of faith in Tolopilo. I mean, as someone who watches enough Abbotsford Canucks hockey, I know his skill set. I know Tolopilo is a good goalie, and he looked good in his starts last season too. While we don't have Lankinen or Demko, I don't know if Tolopilo will be able to steal us a win like he arguably did today every single time. But I do have faith in him. I think he looks good, and I think he can at least be a placeholder until we get one of our main goalies back. He does worry me at some times. He looks a little bit unsure in the crease. There was the one time where the puck was behind him and he didn't know where it was. There was the one time where he slid very far out of the crease. There was a 2-on-1 early in the game where the Ducks player had a lot of room to shoot because Tolopilo expected the pass, and the Ducks player just missed. There were some parts of it that made me nervous, but overall Tolopilo played a great game, and he was the best Canucks player for sure, in my opinion. I also really liked Tom Willander today. 2 points for the kid. I thought he made some good defensive plays too at times. He's been pretty steady so far. I mean, he's had his share of kind of bad games, but he's looked pretty good as a Canuck so far. It definitely gives you something to be excited about for the future. I mean, we have so many young defensemen, but Willander is probably the main guy out of that bunch. I also loved Connor Garland today. I thought Garland played a fantastic game, maybe his best of the season. He only ended up with the 1 point on the goal. I think he was just everywhere today, though. He was very good at clearing the zone. He was making smart plays. He wasn't panicking at times. He looked like he always knew what the right play was. So I was a very big fan of Connor Garland. The penalty kill went 5 for 6 today, which is solid. That gets our percentage up quite a bit more. It is kind of a little bit of a fraudulent 1 for 6 because the Ducks scored immediately after their power play on one of the occasions, but when we look back at the end of the season, I don't think we're really going to remember that. And the power play just keeps on scoring at least a goal per game. It's very nice to see. The special teams in the past 3 games, I feel, have been very solid. I mean, that now makes it 11 for 12 on the PK in the past 3 games, which is quite a lot nicer than what we were firing at before. So David Kampf has done his job, but it's not really just David Kampf. Because Kampf did take a penalty in this game, and they killed that one. It was the Evander Kane penalty that the Ducks scored on. Surprise, Evander Kane found his way into the box. I think the penalty kill will revive itself, and it has so far. That's nice to see. I think the power play will continue to click. I hope they will, at least. It's nice that the special teams aren't killing us entirely now, and we came away with the win in this one because the Ducks didn't score on 5 of their attempts. The Canucks' best skater by game score was Phil Pronik, and he was a +3. The whole, not shooting at a wide open net thing is going to be the most memorable thing from this game for him, but he played a fantastic game. I did think he was good, and I mean, he got the primary assist on that game-winning goal. It's just a little hard to think about anything else besides that empty net. It's really funny, but he played a good game. I think I can keep this one relatively short, because, I don't know. There's kind of a lot going on in Canucks land right now. It's hard to think of this game as being at the forefront of anything right now. If you haven't heard, because you're living under a rock, the Canucks have made their veterans available for trade. And I actually kind of wondered, because of all this media stuff going on now, because of that Elliot Friedman tweet, will the Canucks let it weigh on their minds, or will they come together, realize that their jobs are not safe with the Canucks, and put together good efforts from now on? And today they put together a good effort. Hopefully that continues. If this group wants to stay together, they're going to need to win. And I think the group likes each other. It's hard to know what goes on in the locker room, but I think they like each other. I don't think they want to see anyone traded. So they need to keep putting together efforts like this. They need to keep winning games. The Canucks' next game is on Friday against San Jose. It's a 1 p.m. Pacific time start time, which means I'll get up my video day of instead of day after, which is nice. They play LA on Saturday, and then they play Colorado on Tuesday, which isn't great. I don't really want to play Colorado. We're focused on Saturday for now. San Jose. I think I would want Yuri Patera to start that game and Nikita Tolopilo to start against LA. But Foot's going to do whatever he's going to do. Shout out Nikita Tolopilo, man. Inspirational stuff. I think next game we're going to see something from, let's go Brock Besser. Besser had so many chances today. Like, so many. Like, he's got to bury one of those. I believe in him. Anyway, fantastic game. Goodbye.